Today's word is pride, a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's achievements, the achievements of those with whom one is closely associated, or from qualities or possessions that are widely admired. Similar words pleasure, joy, delight, gratification, fulfillment, or satisfaction. Today's scripture is from Proverbs 16, verse 18. It reads, Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been
You guys
anybody.
know what I do. Y'all know what I do. I put people in body bags when I'm right. So we know what's going to happen. From started around, I seen him all. He was too emotional. When I watched him, when he came in the ring, the first time I stepped in the ring, I looked at his face, and I saw he was too emotional. I said, no way he's going to win. I was telling my trainer, I said, he's going to lose.
You knew me 20 years ago. You knew me 20 years ago. And that guy's kind of dead now. But that wasn't easy. That guy didn't want to leave. He wasn't leaving easy. He fought, screamed and cried and scratched all the way till he died. I know the art of fight. I know the art of war. That's all I ever studied. That's why I'm so feared. That's why they feared me when I was in the ring, because I was an annihilator. That's all I was born for. And now those days are gone. It's empty. I'm nothing. I'm working on being the art of humbleness. Can you be
Okay, a couple things I wanted to bring out when I made that video was the rise and fall of Mike Tyson. Well, I really don't want to say fall because I feel like he's doing great work now with his podcast, but you can see how he was on top of the world. I mean, Mike Tyson, if not the greatest, one of the greatest fighters to ever live. And I mean, he made $35 million a fight. He was on top of the world. If anybody was the toughest, or you want to look at anybody as the toughest, that's one person to look at. And I feel like key thing he said in the end was he's working at the art of humbleness. After all that boastful and prideful being on top of the world, now he's at a humble phase in his life. Proverbs 11 verse 2 says, when pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom. I feel like this scripture embodies the video. You can see the pride, the boastfulness. You can see the disgrace and how he feels about himself back then, and the media, if you know anything about his life. You can see the humility now, how he's humbling himself, understanding what he was. And you can see the wisdom that he's teaching from the lessons that he learned. James chapter 4, verse 6 says, God is opposed to the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Now, the young generation like to use this word op. It's like an enemy or a rival gang, which stems from the word opposition, oppose. So when you proud and you got pride, God is your op. What does the word opposition mean? What does the word oppose mean? It means eager to prevent or put an end to, disapproving of or disagreeing with. So when you prideful, God disagrees with you. He disapproves. He eager to put an end to what you're doing. 1 Peter 5 and 6 says, therefore humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, so that he may exalt you at the proper time. So God is a jealous God, and anything that rivals with his glory, rival with his exaltation, he's gonna humble it. He's gonna make it low. There's also another scripture that tells you that when he returns, all the mountains, skyscraper, anything raised above to look high, it should be flattened. All the valleys should be brought up. All the rough place should be made smooth. God's going to humble everything about this earth. In closing, 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 28 through 29, God chose things despised by the world, things counted as nothing at all, and used them to bring to nothing what the world considers important. As a result, no one can ever boast in the presence of God. And that scripture speaks for itself. So humble yourself, or you can be humble. You choose how that happens. You choose who you listen to. And like always, that's a word picture.